Hello and welcome to Energy Literacy Training, module number 2. In this module, we are going to learn about where the energy comes from, isn't it? So let us establish this idea where the energy comes from. First of all, let me ask, what do you think? Where the energy comes from? Does it come from your neighboring city? Does it come from your neighboring state? Does it come from some other country? Do you know anything? We are going to have a look at it. Well, there are many ways in which we use energy, and there are many sources of energy that we use in our daily life. What are these sources? Number one, significant of energy that we consume every day comes from oil or crude oil that we know normally, and which means that in terms of petrol and diesel, we use a lot of energy. A lot of energy also comes from coal. We use electricity, for example, at home, and electricity, 80% of it, 75% of it, mainly comes from the coal. So we use coal also. Then we do cooking on gas, LPG, and sometimes people also use CNG, another gas. So another form of energy that we use in our daily life is in the form of gas. What else? It is very likely that some of the electricity that is coming to you is coming from solar energy. And maybe from wind energy also. There are significant installations now there in the country and various parts of the world of wind energy, and therefore it is very likely that some amount of electricity coming from the wind energy. Definitely hydroelectricity, many countries will have hydro power plants, and some electricity would be coming from hydroelectricity also, hydro energy also. But here is the surprise. What is the surprise? That this graph shows you the global fossil fuel consumption. What is fossil fuel? The fuel that is made out of fossils, the old biomass and animals and all kind of things. This fuel is available to us in the form of coal, oil and gas. This graph is an interesting graph from last 200 years. What it shows you that the consumption of coal, oil and gas is increasing, and especially when you look at year 1800, the consumption of coal, oil and gas was zero. In 1850, which is the time when the industrial revolution on the earth started, the coal, oil and gas consumption started a little bit, but by the time it was 1900 and 1950, it increased significantly. But look at the graph beyond 1950. Beyond 1950, the consumption of coal, oil and gas has increased very significantly. Look at the slope in which it is increasing, isn't it? And as a result of that, about 80 to 85% of energy that is used in the world comes from these three sources, coal, oil and gas. 80 to 85% of the energy. That is what you should be note very carefully. So very likely that whatever energy that you are consuming in your day-to-day life, 80 to 85% of that energy is actually coming from coal, oil and gas. So we know now where the energy comes from. Our energy supply is from oil, coal and gas, and also some renewable energy sources like wind, solar and hydro. Where we use this energy? We use this energy in industries to manufacture goods and services. We use this energy in our homes to run appliances. We use this energy for transportation, going from one place to other place, and there are other activities that we do. So this is where the energy comes from and where the energy is actually used. Well, in between, from the supply side to the consumption side, in between, the energy changes its form. And when the form changes, for example, coal has to change its form from solid coal energy to it becomes electricity based energy. So when we make this transition from the source of energy to actual use, lot of energy, significant amount of energy gets lost in this conversion. very significant amount of energy. Not only that, you'd be surprised to know that energy travels hundreds and thousands of kilometers before you use it. Hundreds and thousands of kilometers before it comes to you in the form of petrol or in the form of electricity or in the form of gas. So let us take an example about how far the energy travels before it comes to you. Let us take an example of electricity, how electricity comes to our homes, in our offices and in our factories. How much distance it travels? Well, before I start, let me ask how the electricity is produced. As I said earlier, about 75 to 80% of electricity is produced using coal. And where does the coal come from? Of course, coal comes from the coal mines. But how far the coal mines from your home or your office, you know? Maybe hundreds of kilometers, thousands of kilometers. But you'll be surprised that many countries depends on the coal import. Many countries. There are only few pockets or only few countries which has a lot of coals. Rest of the countries depend on importing coal. And it is very likely that the country from where you're importing the coal is thousands of kilometers away. 5,000 kilometers, 7,000 kilometers, 10,000 kilometers. In India, for example, some amount of coal also comes from Australia, which is about 8 to 10,000 kilometers away. So the journey begins from the coal mines. Then you import the coal, with the help of trains to the harbor, and then ships. And the ships will have to travel thousands of kilometers before it comes to your country. And your electricity power plants are not sitting at the coast. And therefore, what happens next? The coal needs to be transported again hundreds of kilometers to bring it to power plant. Hundreds of kilometers of this journey. And then what will happen? Then many things will happen at the coal power plant. What will happen? Coal will have to be burned. Then burning the coal, you generate steam. Then you run big turbines. With the steam, you run turbines and you rotate the turbines. And from that rotating motion, you run a generator. Like generators, small generators that you have seen. There's a big generator sitting in coal power plant. And from that generator, you generate very high voltage. You generate electricity. That's all take place in the power plant. Then what happens? The electricity that is generated in power plant needs to be transmitted and distributed. How many kilometers? Again, hundreds of kilometers before it reaches you. Not only that, it has to be transmitted hundreds and thousands of kilometers, but it has to pass through several substations, because the electricity that you are generating at power plant is a very high voltage. But electricity that we use at home is 230 volt, in factory 440 volt. So electricity has to pass through many substations, images that you see. This is how substation looks like. So most of the cases, the electricity will have to pass up to 6 to 7 substations before you use it. Highest power or highest voltage in many countries is about 660 kV or 660,000 volt. Then you need to transmit it, and there is a substation which will convert 660 kV to 440 kV. Then you need to transmit and you have to convert into 220 kV. Then again you need to transmit hundreds of kilometers, convert into 110 kV. Then from 110 kV to 66 kV. All these stages require, by the way, transformer. So there are lots of transformers sitting in between. Then from 66 kV to 33 kV. From 33 kV or 33,000 volt to 11 kV, 11,000 volt. And then finally 230 volt. Imagine this much is the distance traveled by electricity before it comes to your home. And what we do at home? We misuse it. We overuse it. We forget to switch off the lights and fans. In winters, what we do? We still use AC and we use the quilt. That is really, I would say, a big crime. If you really understand the journey of the electricity that comes to you from the coal mining to the shipping, transportation, burning at power plant, and all the kind of substation and transformer, then coming to you, if you are wasting energy or if you are wasting electricity, It is nothing less than crime. Finally, electricity is delivered to you through your electricity meters, and then you can use electricity. It's a very, very long distance. Be careful while using it, because the country puts a lot of infrastructure for generating such electricity, and country has to import the coal, and therefore we have to spend a lot of money to import it. Not only that, the coal will result in a pollution of the air and of the atmosphere. That is also damage that is caused because of electricity that you are using. So use electricity, do not misuse electricity. I hope you will take a very good note of this point. Well, let me ask my favorite question. After knowing that where the energy comes from, after knowing that energy travels hundreds and thousands of kilometers before it comes to you, what comes in your mind? You feel good about it, that it is coming from thousands of kilometers? Or you feel bad about it, that it is coming from thousands of kilometers? Just think about it. A small note, and just put a small effort in your mind and think what is happening in your mind. What comes in your mind when you realize that energy that you're using coming from hundreds and thousands of kilometers?